The latest development in the Horizon scandal ought to stir national outrage, not weary resignation. We're talking about a fresh group of sub-postmasters prosecuted not by the Post Office itself but by the Department for Work and Pensions, finally being told that their cases will now be reviewed. But even this is hedged about with limitations and caveats. No individual cases will be re-examined, and those already dismissed by the Court of Appeal will be excluded altogether. For those wrongfully convicted, often on the basis of flawed Horizon data or methods tainted by it, this isn't justice. It's a token gesture. What we are witnessing is a reversal of the proper moral order. The onus is still on victims to prove their innocence, to scramble for lost documents from 20 years ago, to navigate arcane schemes that appear designed to deter rather than compensate. It should be for the Post Office and the government. And yes, that includes ministers like Ed Davey, Sir Ed Davey, who held responsibility, who should be on their knees, systematically seeking out each and every person wronged and making amends without quibble or delay. Instead, those institutions and those people behave as if they're doing the victims a favour. As long as the victims come cap in hand, "Oh, please, sir, please, can you help us?" The scale of harm is staggering. Careers destroyed, reputations annihilated, families broken, and in at least 13 cases, lives ended by suicide. In one example, a young woman, 6 months pregnant, was detained without legal representation, tried and imprisoned on evidence that even then bore the marks of institutional corner cutting. It's like a witch trial. Others like Roger Allen and Alan Robinson went to their graves still branded as criminals. Their families now fight on, not out of expectation of riches, but to restore honour and truth to the public record. The pattern of elite evasion, the same delay and deny culture that we've seen in the infected blood scandal, is a national disgrace. The government is happy to pour billions into failed mega projects, to write off pandemic fraud as the cost of doing business. But when the victims are ordinary citizens, ordinary subjects of His Majesty the King, suddenly every penny must be accounted for. 4 separate compensation schemes running in parallel, each mired in bureaucracy. One sub-postmistress was ordered 0.5% of her claim. Even Sir Alan Bates, the public face of the campaign, has been given a take it or leave it sum far below what he was seeking. The moral test here is simple. When the state wrongs its people, the presumption should be immediate and unconditional restitution. That is what would happen if the positions were reversed. If the government were the wronged party, it would demand every debt in full now. Now! Yet here the victims are left to grovel while the perpetrators, from the Post Office executives to complicit ministers, continue to draw pensions, honours and speaking fees. It's a shame. A shame. Sir Ed Davey, it's a shame. Wake up and listen. The government's talk of mutualising the Post Office may sound like empowerment, but in reality it risks passing a financially crippled business to the very people it spent decades persecuting. It's window dressing when the priority should be rooting out the culture that allowed this miscarriage of justice to fester. Until those in power stop marking their own homework, until every last tainted conviction is wiped, and until compensation is delivered swiftly and in full, the stain of this scandal will remain. And it's not just about historical wrongs, it's about whether the British state in 2025 still believes that justice should serve the powerless as well as the powerful. And right now, the answer is far from reassuring.